Spring is finally here. The sun is shining, things are growing, and lots of people love feeding animals. Most people love feeding birds, but some people love feeding squirrels. And squirrel feeders are incredibly popular, whether you're selling on places like Etsy or selling local on Facebook Marketplace. This is a fun project to do that might get you a couple of bucks. I used mostly scrap wood for this project, which was great because I had a lot laying around, and only two slightly larger pieces that we need for this project. I also do occasional work with plexiglass, so I had a scrap piece of that lying around. But you can pick up a larger piece, 16 by 24 at Lowe's or the HD. All right, let's look at the cuts that we're gonna need for this project. Backing piece, 14 by 10.5. This will be the platform, 10.5 by 9.5. Two side pieces at 12 by 3 3/4. And then at the top, you're gonna cut at a 20-degree angle. Bar piece at 9 inches by 5 inches, and the roof piece at 10.5 by 5.5, and then this edge you're going to do at 20 degrees again on your table saw. 3 of the bar stools at 3 inches by, this is about 1 1/4, but that's just arbitrary. You can change that if you want. And I have a 2.5 inch hole saw, which I use to make the bar stool top. If you've got a large dowel, you can use something. If you want to make a square, because you don't have a hole saw and you want to make square seats for the bar stools, that's fine as well. You know, use your imagination, do what you want. All right, I'm gonna start off by making one set of pocket holes for the main base. You could just glue and brad nail this in because it's not really heavy, but we will do it this way just to add some extra strength. Next we'll add the sides just with glue and brad nails. Next part is we'll put in the ledge piece. I'm just going to kind of measure it with where I'm going to want it at. And this we want to correspond with the approximate height of the bar stools. So that is about where we want it. All right, for this roof piece, I'm gonna actually put it on the table backwards here. I'm gonna cut this at a 20-degree angle on your table saw. Now I'm gonna cut off a sliver here. This is gonna act where the hinge is at, so this door can lift up and you can feed the peanuts or whatever you're feeding inside. All right, the side with the 20-degree cut, glue and brad nail in right here. 7 5/8, 6 5/8. Got the plexiglass cut. It was almost 10.5. It was about 10 3/8, but that's fine. And cut it at 6 5/8. Just measure from here to here. You want it basically at the top. Use a countersink bit to drill 4 little holes for the screws. Oh, haha, just caught myself. All right, the window has to go up because as the peanuts feed in, they come out the opening in the bottom. So I messed up, no big deal. I just got to cut about 1 inch more off of this to allow these peanuts to slide down. Good, glad I caught that. All right, back on track. I actually got this cut at 5 inches wide. So now back to making our pilot holes. Because this tends to shift while I'm putting in the pilot holes, I'm actually gonna sink one in so I won't have that issue. Just go really slow when you're pushing that screw through that plexiglass so you don't shatter it. Next, I'm going to put a hinge on the top here. All right. In go the peanut. All right, we have last up to do the bar stool. I'm going to put a pocket hole in each one of these and put it in from the inside where you can't see it. Small dab of glue. Those are done. I've cut one of these. I'll cut 2 more. They're going to be fun to sand. All right, final step here, and we will put on the tops of the bar stools. It's going to use a 1 1/4 inch screw. The Squirrel nut bar. All right, as someone might already be pointing out in the comments, this is not the type of wood if you're gonna have this sitting outside. This will last maybe a year or so. You could probably even make this out of pickets, although those are a little bit thinner. There's more around the 1/2 inch, but you could still do it. But if you found some cedar, my Lowe's doesn't sell cedar, but the Lowe's 20 miles down the road sells cedar, so it's a good source of that. That'll last outside. But I'm gonna throw it out there, and hopefully those adorable little tree rats will let me have a few more blueberries this year. We'll see. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.